Gather round, dear listeners, for a tale as old as time. Well, perhaps not that old, but old enough to involve palaces, princes and a touch of good old-fashioned drama. Today's story features none other than Tina Brown, a woman seemingly captivated by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. She's at it again, you see, spinning yarns about Harry and Meghan. Her latest musings? Oh, just a casual critique of their life choices, sprinkled with a generous helping of speculation. Intrigued? I thought so. Let's dive in. Tina Brown, in her infinite wisdom and with her signature flair for the dramatic, recently graced us with her presence at the much-anticipated Truth Tellers Summit. The room was abuzz with anticipation, the air thick with the promise of revelations and sharp commentary. Tina, never one to shy away from controversy, took centre stage, her reputation for bold statements preceding her. The audience leaned in, eager to catch every word from the legendary editor and author whose insights have shaped the media landscape for decades. Quite the stage for pronouncements, wouldn't you say? And pronounce she did, with the kind of confidence that only comes from years in the spotlight. Tina delivered her opinions with a mix of wit and authority, captivating the crowd and sparking a flurry of whispers and raised eyebrows. Her words seemed to hang in the air, inviting both agreement and scepticism in equal measure. According to Miss Brown, Prince Harry's insatiable hunger for money has led him down a path paved with missteps and questionable decisions. She painted a picture of a prince far removed from royal tradition, chasing financial opportunities in a world that scrutinises his every move. Tina suggested that Harry's pursuit of wealth has, in her view, overshadowed his original intentions and complicated his public image. Now, dear listeners, I'm no financial advisor, but something about this claim seems a tad off. The narrative of a cash-hungry prince doesn't quite add up when you consider the complexities of his situation. After all, stepping away from royal duties isn't exactly a guaranteed ticket to endless riches, and the scrutiny that follows is relentless. It's worth asking, is the story really that simple? Or is there more beneath the surface? You see, Miss Brown also declared with absolute certainty that the Sussexes bombshell Oprah interview yielded zero profit. That's right. Despite the global headlines, the viral clips, and the millions of viewers glued to their screens, Tina insists that Harry and Meghan walked away without a single dollar in their pockets from that explosive sit-down. It's a claim that raises eyebrows and invites a closer look at the tangled web of media deals and public perception. So which is it, Tina? A hunger for money or a noble sacrifice for truth? The math ain't mathing, as the kids say these days. The contradictions in these tales leave us wondering where the truth really lies. Is it possible for someone to be both driven by financial motives and yet make choices that don't result in profit? Or are we simply witnessing the latest chapter in a saga where perception and reality rarely align? One thing's for sure, when Tina Brown speaks, the conversation is never dull, and the threads of her stories are always tangled. It's rather fascinating, isn't it? The media's insatiable appetite for all things Harry and Meghan. They seem to garner more column inches than any other royal couple, more than William and Kate with their picture-perfect family portraits, more than Charles and Camilla strolling through the gardens of Highgrove. One might even wonder if Miss Brown herself fuels this fire with her relentless commentary. Is it genuine concern or a touch of, dare I say, obsession? The answer, my dear listeners, is blowing in the wind. Now let's turn our attention to the subjects of Miss Brown's scrutiny, Harry and Meghan. He, a prince with a mischievous glint in his eye and a heart full of compassion. She, an actress with a captivating presence and a fierce determination to make her mark on the world. Together they radiate a charisma that seems to both enchant and enrage. They are a study in contrasts, a testament to the power of individuality, and yet amidst the relentless scrutiny and the often vicious whispers, they stand tall. Resilience, it seems, is woven into their very fabric. Ah, Meghan, a woman who refuses to be silenced. In a world where so many are told to keep their heads down and simply accept the status quo, Meghan Markle stands as a beacon of resilience and self-expression. She has faced relentless scrutiny, criticism, and even outright hostility from the media and public alike. Yet she continues to hold her head high, never allowing the noise to drown out her voice. A woman who dared to break free from the gilded cage and write her own narrative. Meghan's journey has not been an easy one. She entered the royal family with hope and optimism, only to find herself constrained by centuries-old traditions and expectations. But instead of letting those limitations define her, she chose to step outside the lines, to challenge the norms, and to create a life that felt true to herself and her values. Her decision to step back from royal life sent shockwaves through the very foundations of the monarchy. The world watched as she and Prince Harry made the bold choice to prioritise their mental health, their family and their happiness over royal duty. It was a move that sparked intense debate and forced a global conversation about tradition, identity and the right to choose one's own path. "How dare she?" some cried. "A royal should be seen and not heard," they huffed. The backlash was swift and fierce, with critics insisting that Meghan had broken the unspoken rules of royal conduct. But in reality, she was simply refusing to be boxed in by outdated expectations, choosing instead to speak her truth and stand up for what she believed in. But Meghan, bless her courageous soul, refused to play the role of the demure duchess. She used her platform to advocate for causes close to her heart, to uplift marginalised voices, and to show the world that strength and compassion can go hand in hand. Her actions have inspired countless others to find their own courage and to stand up for themselves, even in the face of adversity. She chose authenticity over conformity, love over duty. Meghan's story is a reminder that we all have the power to define our own lives, to choose what matters most, and to pursue happiness on our own terms. Her journey is not just about breaking free from royal constraints, but about embracing the fullness of who she is, flaws and all. And in doing so, she inspired millions around the world to embrace their own truths, no matter the cost. Meghan's courage has sparked a movement, encouraging people everywhere to speak up, to live authentically, and to never let anyone else dictate the course of their lives. Silence, for Meghan and for so many others, is simply not an option. Fast forward to the present day, and we find the Sussexes thriving in the sunny climes of California. They've traded the pomp and ceremony of palace life for the laid-back vibes of Montecito. They're building their own empire, on their own terms. They're using their platform to champion causes close to their hearts, from mental health awareness to gender equality. And they're doing it all with a refreshing lack of pretense, a genuine desire to make a difference. Their riz, as the youth might say, is undeniable. So, dear listeners, as we navigate the constant noise and opinions swirling around us, let us not be swayed by the pronouncements of those who seem to revel in negativity. The world is full of voices, some loud, some persistent, and some determined to cast shadows over the choices of others. It's easy to get caught up in the chorus of criticism, especially when it comes from those who hold positions of influence or authority. But remember, just because a voice is amplified doesn't mean it speaks the truth. Just because critics like Tina Brown are loud doesn't make them right. Their opinions, no matter how confidently delivered, are still just that, opinions. They may shape headlines and spark debates, but they do not define the reality of those they judge. In a world where commentary is constant and judgment is swift, it's important to look beyond the surface and question the motives behind the criticism. The Sussexes' story is a testament to the power of staying true to oneself, even when the world is watching. Despite relentless scrutiny and the weight of public expectation, Harry and Meghan have chosen a path that aligns with their values and their vision for happiness. Their journey has not been easy, but it has been authentic, a reminder that courage often means standing firm in the face of adversity, and that true fulfillment comes from honoring your own truth. It's a reminder that happiness can be found beyond the confines of tradition, beyond the expectations of others. Sometimes the greatest joy is discovered when we step outside the roles we're assigned and embrace the lives we truly want to lead. The Sussexes show us that it's possible to redefine what success and contentment look like, even if it means breaking away from the familiar and forging a new path. So let us raise a glass to the bold, the brave, and the unapologetically authentic. Let's celebrate those who dare to challenge the status quo, who refuse to be silenced by criticism, and who inspire others simply by being themselves. Their stories remind us that authenticity is a form of bravery, and that every step taken in truth is a victory worth honoring. Here's the truth: straight no chaser. Harry and Meghan are thriving, living in California, raising their beautiful children, building a brand, owning their narrative, winning awards, leading with values. And guess what? They did it without groveling, without palace PR, and without the approval of the Tina Browns of the world. So while the old guard polishes their pearl clutching and sharpens their passive-aggressive pens, the Sussexes keep doing what they do best, living free and telling their own story. And as for Tina Brown, maybe next time she wants to throw shade, she should try turning the light on first. This has been Meghan and Harry Tales, your unapologetic space for truth, sass, and Sussex realness. Until next time, stay bold, stay brilliant, and remember, just because they talk loud doesn't mean they're right.